Hello, Audio Marks, coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts, Jimmy and CJ, two casuals turned Marks wrestling fans, to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. Enter the ring at your own risk. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I said!
What's up, bitches? We're back!
Hello, Audio Marks. We are back. Oh my god.
Woo!
I missed you.
How's it going, everybody? I'm one of your hosts, CJ.
And I'm your other one, Jimmy. And we're officially back. Together.
And we'll be gone next week. But let's focus on the here and now.
Which goes along with how we're doing this podcast at this moment. We pretty much ghetto-rigged my iPad into doing it. Because our mix board is just inoperable at this stage, so...
Hashtag whole Brooklyn. Ron Compton. Some other stupid-ass things. But, yeah, we had to, pretty much... Here's the thing. Our podcasting equipment, we had everything. We were all set. And then we didn't have the damn power cord.
Go figure.
Irony.
Anyway, just some quick housekeeping. We are now officially on Spotify. Got us officially approved. So if you'd rather listen to podcasts on Spotify than any of the other ones that we're on, please go right ahead.
We be lit.
And also, please rate and subscribe and give us feedback because it would be really appreciated towards the podcast.
Come on, we're like Kenny Omega and Okada. We get 6 stars.
Anyway, let's jump right into the podcast because that's the main reason why you're here.
Really? I thought it was because my girlfriend needed a quiet place to do work. Say hi, Nicole.
Say it.
Hi.
Alright, guys.
Anyway, let's kick it in with this week's news, which is also going to include last week, considering it was only a 16-minute podcast last week.
Yes.
And there was a lot to deal with.
Yes. So the first thing we have on our list is this meningitis outbreak. Now this outbreak, it happened over the weekend of TLC, but it took 2 top stars away from the Raw TLC pay-per-view, which I won. Undefeated, clean sweep, still Raw predictions champion.
I gave you the props for it last week. If you listened, you would have heard it.
I was too busy shining up my belt.
Anyway,
Woo!
I think they officially announced that it was a viral outbreak. What? They announced it on the website, I think, the following Monday?
I thought they announced it like the Saturday before or something.
No,
like
they
that.
announced that they pulled it due to reasons. They never fully said it, and then other outlets were saying, oh, it's a meningitis outbreak. But I think WWE officially announced it the following Monday.
Anyways, yeah, I could see that. But they took Roman Reigns out and Bray Wyatt, and we haven't seen him since. Roman Reigns is supposed to be penciled in for this Survivor Series to come back. However, we have no idea on the Bray Wyatt timetable, but when he comes back, Braun Strowman feud for the Intercontinental Championship. We need it.
Well, we'll get to that part later because it's in our show notes and you're skipping around.
No, it's not.
I'll explain it later.
Okay.
But yeah, this outbreak kind of came out of probably the weirdest, I would say. I wouldn't say the worst, because what we got out of it was probably the most underrated pay-per-view getting probably the biggest push this year.
We got the Ultimate Shield angle, Team USA, with Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Kurt Angle. And then, first off, what did you think when Kurt Angle came out in the Shield gear?
I thought it was kind of lame. I mean, it was... I don't know. I was really looking forward to seeing the singlet Kurt Angle.
Oh, I was enjoying it because he just comes out as like, "Hey guys."
Yeah, but he was so
I'm
happy. He was like the go happy lucky stepdad. That's what I imagined it.
Oh, you know.
He's like, I'm a part of my kid's thing now. Like,
there were so many memes off of that. And
yeah,
one
I know.
of them was when your dad gets to hang out with you and your boys.
Yeah, I know.
Like, hi guys. Hi. I saw a really bad one where it was like, oh, when your Make-A-Wish is to be part of the Shield. And I'm just like, damn, these guys are savage. But you know, this came about after there was like a meme circulating where it just showed Kurt Angle replacing Roman Reigns' face. And then he just comes out and is like, I did it. I'm a meme.
I mean, did you hear what happened at their latest house show?
Yeah!
And they get dad number 2.
Shield.
And they get dad number 2, a.k.a. Triple H.
I didn't enjoy that as much.
I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it. Have you seen... There's like this one video of them doing a suicide dive. Have you enjoyed that?
I saw
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Seth, Trips, and Dean are all running to do the suicide dive. And we all know that Triple H would tear both of his quads as well as Vince McMahon's quads if he tried to do a suicide dive. So what he does is he just stops right before, slowly exits the ring, and then proceeds to beat who was it, Braun Strowman?
I think it might have been... Yeah, maybe. I don't remember.
But the weirdest thing, I didn't like it just because Seth and Dean were looking at Trips. And I'm just like, Seth, didn't you just beat his ass and his wife's ass at WrestleMania like a couple months ago?
I mean, it was a house show.
I know.
I guess continuity doesn't transcribe in house shows. I don't know.
It doesn't. But I'm just looking at like, this is an awkward scene. I don't know how to feel about this. So,
but it was still a good moment.
Oh yeah, it was cool seeing him come out in Shield garb. He looked like a scary motherfucker. But yeah, this meningitis outbreak got a lot of cool matchups. Another cool matchup they were able to do was AJ Styles versus the Demon Finn Balor, which
was amazing.
Phenomenal match.
It really boosted Finn up until Monday,
where he got squashed by Demon Kane. Which, what the hell?
I don't know why they're pushing Kane so hard. I guess they really want to do Kane versus Braun, which I was pretty excited about.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm going to enjoy Braun Strowman getting burned. Like, there's going to be fire, and Braun Strowman's just going to shake it off like Goldberg with his pyro. And Braun Strowman's going to be like, I'm not finished with you yet. And Kane's going to be like, shit, I should.
I mean, that's pretty much what happened with him and The Miz on Monday.
Oh, my God. That was awesome.
But we're jumping ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. This meningitis outbreak thing got me scared for a bit because I could have sworn, other than personal reasons, that Nia Jax also got it and Bo Dallas got it. And just, it was a scary moment for like a week.
Yeah.
And then later on, we'll discuss why I don't have those fears anymore.
Yes.
But just, I really don't want to talk about this next one, but I guess we have to.
Neither do I.
Just a quick note, Jeff Jarrett and GFW have officially parted ways with Impact. I don't know what that's going to do with their app. I don't know what that's going to do with the company. I don't care. I feel like that just needs to be said at that. What do you want? I mean, what do you think?
Karen Jarrett's still hot.
Alrighty then. We'll move on to the next thing. Alright, now we're going to move on to a lot better news.
Woo! 25th anniversary of Raw, January 22nd at the Barclays Center. Your boys are planning to go.
Do you think we'll bring the females with us?
Nicole wants to go. She definitely wants to go. We could bring Rena.
I don't know. I might be at school or work, so who knows? We could all carpool and go together.
Yeah, or we could take the train.
Or the train. We'll see what happens.
But like, I'm excited for this because Undertaker was announced, Shawn Michaels was announced, Kevin Nash was announced, and I am legit excited for this card. I'm actually going to buy my tickets now while we're doing the podcast because they're probably sold out right now. Tickets went on sale today.
Oh, so why don't you just buy 4 and I can give you the cash from...
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, buy 4, and then I'll give you the cash from what we originally planned to do with that, and whatever's left over, I guess we'll
figure
save.
it out.
Yeah, okay. But I think this is going to be awesome. I've never seen Undertaker live before.
Neither have I. So
I don't think none of us have seen Undertaker. So it'd be
I haven't
real
seen Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash. We get to see the Hold on. We get to see.
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
And I get to see this guy again.
Oh boy, that Raw is gonna be so good.
Oh, $51. Ooh, hold on. Okay, so
we got a couple hundred, so, and that's shared between the two of us. If I need to give you like another 50 or so,
another fan beat me to these tickets. Fuck you.
Okay, calm down. We're still doing a podcast. But let's move on from the news, so to speak, and move on to what's going to be going on between WWE's Raw and SmackDown for Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
And we already have our team captains, which is going to be Kurt for Raw and Shane for SmackDown.
Yes. And we have the teams announced as well. We have...
Partially, not all of them.
Yes, on Team Raw, we have Kurt Angle and the Monster, Braun Strowman.
Which, hold on, before we move on, I think that's all you need for Raw. It's just those two. No?
I can agree with that.
But go on for SmackDown.
SmackDown, we have Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Randy Orton announced. Hold on. Dang it. There we go. Bye. The cool thing about this is this is going to segue into another topic I really wanted to talk about. So, this past Tuesday, or this upcoming Tuesday, excuse me, we are going to have AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. Oh my God, this is horrible.
Okay, focus.
I'm trying to get these tickets because they're going really quickly.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you keep going, but
here's the thing. He was supposed to challenge Rusev for this the last SmackDown spot, AJ Styles, and now that we're not having that, it's safe to assume that Rusev automatically gets a spot on the SmackDown team.
I'm excited about that. I love my Ruru.
I know you do.
Sorry guys if you can hear the noises going on in the background. We don't have a perfect, podcast thing right now. Again, ghetto rigged.
Yes.
But continuing. He's more distracted. I'll just move on to the next thing. And
the thing is, who else do you think is gonna be on the Raw team?
Well, I want to get into the next thing because that's going to include for both the men and women. So let's just move on to the next thing and we'll go back to Survivor Series really quickly. A lot of returns happened on Raw this week. We first had the return of the commissioner of Raw, Stephanie McMahon, and wow, I actually did miss her.
Yeah, it was crazy having her back.
Never thought that those words would come out of my mouth, but I really missed her, a lot.
Yeah, it was insane, like having her back and then just ripping into Kurt Angle saying, "Hey, if you don't do well, you're gonna lose your job," and
I think the way that she ripped into Kurt was a little bit different than what she used to do to Mick.
Yes.
Which I think was better because, she has that tendency of demasculating male wrestlers when they're trying to get them over, and she has done that before.
Yes.
But this one felt different. I don't know why. I think it was the fact that, there is actual legitimate reason for her digging into Kurt.
Yes.
But because of that, that's why we have Kurt leading the Survivor Series team for Raw. And then, continuing the rest of the night, another return happened in the form of Nia Jackson. Thank God for that. It got me scared, considering the meningitis outbreak, her personal problems that she's been having, and that The Rock tell her, if you're not happy there, get out.
Yes.
And just seeing her back in action and also winning a match was exactly what we needed.
Yes.
And also...
right afterwards.
No. Hold on. Oh. And her joining the Survivor Series team for the women for Raw that is being led by my girl Alicia Fox.
Yes.
Which, by the way, her crazy antics, clap and a half for that.
Oh my God.
Was amazing.
Yes.
Oh boy. This is a lot different than the other crazy Alicia Fox. I like this one. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yes.
Hashtag Oh, Captain, my Captain is going to be for trending for that. But then, immediately right after that, we get the return of Samoa Joe.
Thank God. Oh my God. Oh, I miss Samoa Joe so much.
Oh, so much.
He needs to be champion.
Well, he's definitely going to be in the Survivor Series match, that's for sure. So now you have Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman, and potentially Samoa Joe, and right there, that's automatically Raw's going to win.
Yes.
And I mean, just based on who's part of it, not of actually how the match is going to go. Just based on participants.
And you still have 2 seats, and that might be like
Roman or Balor.
Oh, do you want to get parking, or do you want to just take the train?
How much is parking?
Depends. 22, 40, 30.
22 or 40 down. I could...
I think we should just take the train. We could save up for it. Yeah, choo-choo.
Okay, we'll take the train.
Okay.
Alrighty.
We're getting our tickets now, folks!
Yeah, and then I'll give you the money at some other time.
Okay.
Well, that's for that. I lost my train of thought. Where were we going with this?
Oh, we're talking about the Raw...
Oh, yeah, the Survivor Series. That's
yes.
right. Already it's stacked. Raw still is probably going to get Roman if he's better in time.
Yes.
And probably Balor. I personally thought that Jason Jordan was going to be involved in...
He still might, though.
And I would actually rather Jason Jordan be in that match just because there's a potential of like an actual heel turn for him and a real story with him and hopefully continuing this illegitimate son storyline, which still makes no sense.
Yes.
But suffice it to say, Raw right now already has a stacked team. Mm-hmm. And that's also including for the women. Who's on the women so far for Raw? There's Alicia Fox and Nia Jax. Mm-hmm. And if they get Emma... I mean, not Emma.
Emma's gone.
We'll talk about that in a second. That's
You're
what
horrible.
If we get Asuka on that, automatically Raw has a stacked card.
Yes.
So, oh boy, I'm not gonna lie, SmackDown's not gonna... It's gonna be weird for SmackDown.
It is, but I'm still rooting for them because I feel like that they have... some good
if Raw
people.
gets Asuka on it, automatically SmackDown can't win that match. They can't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the only problem. So we'll see what happens for the women on that. Who's on the SmackDown women's? I forget.
SmackDown women's, we have Charlotte, we have Tamina, Carmella. Becky's leading it, and I don't think Lana's going to be part of it. I think they're saving it for Paige.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ah, that'd be awesome. I can't wait to... If it is Paige, I'll be so happy.
That's what it's supposed to be. Okay.
But let's move on to the next thing.
No, but there's one thing.
Okay. Sorry.
We also didn't get to talk about the tag teams because there's no tag teams yet because they announced that there was going to be...
I think they only said 2. There's only going to be a men's and a females this year.
There isn't going to be a tag team. Tag team.
No, because I think it's going to be champion versus champion. Mm-hmm. And then you have the big 2 matches for male and female, and that's it.
Okay. But there's something that we have to talk about, though, with Survivor Series, and that is the potential of AJ Styles versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
Oh my God.
While Rusev is on the SmackDown Survivor Series team. Because here's the thing.
Yeah, if they don't put AJ in the card, then that's just a waste of AJ. They have to put AJ in the card somehow.
What was originally announced was AJ versus Rusev in a qualifying match.
Mm-hmm.
But there are reports that Jinder has been working hurt. And that Jinder might not be able to work the match against Brock. And then between that and the fact that AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar has a much more appeal than Jinder versus Brock Lesnar, it would make sense to have the phenomenal champion versus the conquering champion. And that match would be so much better for the cards, in my opinion.
Would that get the main event spot?
I feel like it should.
The only reason why I'm asking that is because it's a Brock Lesnar match.
Yes.
And it's Survivor Series.
Yes.
And I also did some research on Survivor Series and Brock Lesnar and got some interesting things.
How so?
I've only looked at a couple, but I believe every single Survivor Series that Brock Lesnar's been a part of, he's lost.
Right? He lost against Big Show.
He lost against, I think he was on the Survivor Series team in 2003.
Yes, and his team lost.
His team lost. That was part of him. He lost to Goldberg. And
that was it.
No, there's another one. I think before that he lost to...
No.
Yeah, I think there was another one.
And
there was 4. I remember there was 4 specifically.
He wasn't on the 2012 one, or the 2013 one, or the 2014 one.
What happened 2015?
He was not there.
I have to look this up, but I do remember specifically it was 4. But that's besides the point. Hold on, I'm just going to look it up. But there's a potential for Brock Lesnar to lose this and AJ to win.
Yes.
So there's interesting things. Because when I first heard that, I was like, oh my God, they're going to put Jinder over.
Yes.
And I got scared, terrified. Because I did not want to happen. But, I mean, I don't know. I want AJ to win, although I have no idea what that's going to imply going forward after Survivor Series. If that means that AJ's going to go switch over to...
So sorry, guys.
Huh, hey.
It was at my house.
Oh, it's
It's
okay.
alright.
Don't worry about it.
Because I recorded Australia, Copenhagen, and London on Sunday.
Oh, all right.
Oh, wow.
So I had it at home.
That's okay.
Thanks so much, Chris.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye, Chris.
Take it easy.
So that was Chris. That was
Yeah.
our dude. That was
Yeah,
our
and
boy.
we were right. He left it at home.
Yes.
Anyway, we're not going to fix this podcast. We might as well just keep going.
But I don't know. I'm excited for an AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar match. I am very excited for that. What else? Like, hold on. So you're looking it up.
No, don't. Just, I'm looking. Don't worry.
Trying to think. What else?
Oh, my God. He's 2-0. Survivor
2.
Series.
Oh, in singles matches.
In singles matches.
Yeah. Yeah, he lost against Big Show and lost against Goldberg.
Yeah. Oh, he
Yeah.
has a very bad record right now. That's not good.
Can AJ Styles make it 0-3?
Well, AJ Styles, according to this thing, does not have any records hold for Survivor Series, but that's for singles matches only. So, being that this is only the second year AJ's been, he was on last year's Survivor Series team. So
Which he won. Technically, he was a part of that, and his team won.
SmackDown won, or wasn't
SmackDown
that
won.
SmackDown? Yeah, that's right. He was.
I'm looking up Brock Lesnar now. Let's see. Hell in a Cell. He lost against Big Show. Because he was only part of... And he... I don't know. Survivor Series. In 2003, he lost because he tapped to Benoit.
That's what it was. I think that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, everything else, though, he's been a part of Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania. But I remember specifically that he was not a part of Survivor Series. Because that was the glaring one. I do remember that. Yeah. I hope you guys are rooting for AJ just like I am. I'm tired of Jinder. I want Jinder to lose. I want AJ to win. He earned it. You know, he beat both of the Singh brothers. That is a very difficult task to do, you know. So, moving on to the next topic. This past week, we had reports of WWE releasing 3 stars from their contracts.
2 which were like, okay, we're sad that they're gone, but we're not that sad. And then 1 that we were just, what the hell?
Summer Rae, Darren Young, and Emma. Now, Emma was a surprise because she was actually a title contender a couple months ago, as well as
having a pay-per-view match literally the Sunday beforehand,
with
or the
Asuka.
8 days beforehand, or whatever. And it was just a shock. We didn't know.
This is the same woman that I believe she did start the Women's Revolution with her match against Paige at NXT TakeOver in 2014, or NXT Arrival, excuse me. And ever since then, she's been mishandled a lot. Like, very poorly mishandled. And
I think it was a lot of character decisions that were bad. Emelina was not helpful.
The bubbles with Santino Marella.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, it was a good intro to bring in a silly character, and of course that was something that Vince was like, bubbles.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
You know, that was her... She has only had 2... Here's the thing, though. If you look at her record, she's only had 2 2 matches for the women's championship.
That's in NXT and the main roster?
Well, that's on the main roster. She had the Vicky Guerrero Invitational in WrestleMania 30. She was a part of that. And then the Alexa Bliss match with the Fatal 5-Way. Between that and her only singles match on pay-per-view was against Asuka.
Yeah.
Severely mishandled this talent was.
I mean, I think she was a good worker and did her job well for what she was given.
Yes.
Like, let's take that look at the Emelina stuff. It was not the best, but she did it fantastically.
Yes.
Like that whole, what was it, the swerve at the end where she was going to go from Emelina back into Emma was hilarious. That was like the only funny part from the whole thing. But was it necessary? No, it was not necessary.
That's a shame, though.
Yeah, she was missed severely. Everyone on Twitter was really upset, including people from the company. Like, a lot of the women were upset.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Screw Leo Rush. That was a jerk move.
Yeah, that I was gonna put that on here. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it or not, but
no, because here's the thing: Leo Rush made a joke out of someone getting fired. He said, and I quote, "I guess this is what happens when you're not ready for Asuka." Well, Leo, you ain't gonna be ready for the locker room come NXT. They will rip you to shreds. They will rip you to shreds. And what are you gonna do? Do an apology with a forgive me, blessed? Nah.
One of my favorite things that was said about that was Jack Gallagher's thing, and he was just joking around with him and also saying that he misspelled one of the words, that Leo Rush misspelled one of his apology things. It was funny. So I love Jack Gallagher for that, but I think it was a bad move in taste for Leo.
Yeah.
This I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that he's young. There's a reason why he did the way he did. But I don't know, man.
This is why you don't have a Twitter.
This is true. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a rough patch for Leo. He already has heat now. It's not looking pretty for him.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next thing. What's going on with this Nikki Bella thing that you're talking about?
So I've been reading reports because Nikki Bella, she just got recently eliminated from Dancing with the Stars. There are reports of her coming back as the SmackDown GM as a storyline. And they're bringing that out, actually, in the Total Divas season premiere. So...
Did you watch this season premiere to find that out?
Oh, hell no. I was reading up on it. But Nikki Bella... The reports are to have Nikki Bella come back as a SmackDown general manager because Daniel Bryan is going to leave next year.
Which is good.
Oh, yeah. We miss him on the indie circuit. But that's going to leave SmackDown without an authority figure.
I'm not a real one. Well, let's wait what happens with Shane.
Yeah, but I'd be excited to see Nikki Bella.
I would like to see an actual woman be really in charge. Like, it's one thing for Steph to do it.
But we've seen that already.
But we've seen that. Like, it's interesting to see Nikki Bella actually get that spot.
Yes.
So I'd be pretty excited about that.
Oh, yeah. And, like, imagine the Survivor Series feud between Nikki and Steph over who's better. Nikki would just go to Shane like, Shane, not for nothing, let me handle this. And she would go off on Steph. And I can't wait.
That'd be fun.
I would like to see John Cena become the commissioner of SmackDown. And then we would never see him.
It actually makes sense. No, that's a good spot for Cena to be in. It make total sense.
Oh my god. He traded
great.
the jorts for like...
His ridiculous colored suits that he wears all the time. Have you seen those?
Yo, those are lit. I would love those suits. I can't afford that. But you know, he would come out and like, he'd be wearing pants shorts. Like dress pants, but in shorts. And I would be like, this is the John Cena we need. But the Nikki Bella thing opens up so many possibilities, and I would love to see that. Because then you can also have the women fight her. Because here's the thing. When a women authority figure, you always see them taking down and emasculating male competitors.
Sometimes, not all the time. Vicky Guerrero kind of did it, but there's usually some sort of form of comeuppance when it comes to her. The difference between, like, Vicky and
Steph
was that never happened with Steph, except for, the 2 times that she got, speared once, and what was the other time? This
fell
past
through a
WrestleMania.
table.
Yeah, those were the only 2 times, and somehow that gets her, I guess, out of the picture for, 3 months, and then back.
Yeah, but I could see Nikki Bella that happening more.
Yeah, I could see that. And it would be interesting. I think I would like to see that a lot.
Yeah.
It's a real different change in pace than for the GM role.
And finally, the thing we have to talk about is the fact that we have the Friday before Survivor Series, we have Adam Cole taking on Drew McIntyre for the NXT Championship with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee.
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
That's going to be good. That's going to be a great match. I wonder if this is going to be that live event where Adam Cole takes it off of McIntyre.
It would be interesting.
Because that would also change up the NXT Championship picture with...
I feel like that would more likely happen at NXT than it would at WWE.
Yes.
So... And it's interesting that Shawn Michaels has to be involved in the match, too, in this capacity.
Because Adam Cole looks up to Shawn Michaels. He cited it on many occasions that Shawn Michaels is the reason why he got into professional wrestling. You can see that a lot with his mannerisms, the way he looks, how he carries himself, his moveset, But you can distinctly see that he's also not Shawn Michaels. So...
And the fact that he's also created a faction, so to speak, and
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels also curated his own faction, and...
The similarities are there, but the differences are as well.
Yeah, so I think that this is going to be an interesting match all around, wrestling-wise, storytelling-wise, and just outside of, the ring-wise. It's going to be interesting. So
Who do you want to see win?
That's so tough. I don't know. I don't want to see it off McIntyre yet. I don't know why. I like seeing McIntyre as a champion. I just don't want it with Cole yet. Not that he doesn't deserve it. It's just more, not yet.
I wouldn't mind seeing Adam Cole as champion because then you can easily bring up Drew McIntyre in. Because imagine this. Imagine Survivor Series comes around.
And there's still one Raw spot missing, and then it's Drew McIntyre.
Or better yet, someone gets attacked. And then then they come out and they're like, yo, who attacked, we need someone, You come, you're gonna take his spot. Like how Mick Foley was in the Royal Rumble back in 2004. It's like, someone attacked him. And Steve Austin's going crazy and he goes, you get out there now.
I hope they do something like that. That'd be awesome.
Drew McIntyre just comes out, gets freaking... Oh.
Or if he shows up for the SmackDown team and then he has to stare down Braun Strowman because they're basically almost the same height. That'd be amazing. Oh my god.
Oh.
Look, we got really excited about that.
Yeah, because we don't know who would take... imagine him taking out Jason Jordan.
Oof.
And then jump-starting that feud.
There's so much potential for McIntyre to really destroy. Also... You could do a Shield versus 3MB if they all show up at the same time. I'm still hoping for that. There's still a possibility.
There is.
This is the thing. If he loses the NXT title, let's say, and let's say they can't be champion versus champion because Jinder still let's say Jinder beats AJ. Then Jinder says, "Oh, I can't wrestle because I'm injured, but I have another champion for you to face," and then it's McIntyre. That would be awesome.
Or if Finn Balor gets the last spot and Drew McIntyre takes him out, and then you just see Finn Balor come up as the demon and they just start waging war at ringside.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
The Scotsman versus the Irishman. Oh.
So much potential.
Exactly. So I feel like if Drew lost the title, it would actually be more beneficial to the Raw roster.
Agreed. But let's see what happens. When's that? That's the Friday before Survivor Series?
Yes.
All right. That's at War Games.
No.
No, the Saturday is War Games, right?
Yes.
Sorry, brain fart. It's been a long week, guys.
Yes.
But that's going to be an interesting, fun match. I'm excited about it. I'm pretty sure you're excited about it.
Woo!
All right, we're going to kick it to a break, and then we're going to get into our main topic.
Hello, Audio Marks. I'm here to talk to you about Patreon. Patreon is a website dedicated to giving more power to the content creator and their patrons who support them. By giving them an avenue of direct support, these creators can create any kind of art with Patreon. Music, drawings, videos, and yes, podcasts. There's no middleman. So please head over to our page on Patreon, Marks for Life Podcast, to support us with a $2 donation. With this donation, you can get all of our podcasts on our page, and you can get a special shout out from ourselves, Jimmy and CJ. Or you could just do the regular dollar donation just to support the podcast. Now back to the show, Audio Marks. Thank you very much.
And we're back.
Woo! All right, so Jimmy, we had a topic planned.
Yeah,
Jimmy was very adamant about this WhatCulture guy. So,
yeah, so we never stated what the main topic was, now that I realized. The main topic we're going to be talking about is Adam Blampied. If you guys have heard of him, sorry for what you've heard about him in the past couple of weeks. For those of you who don't know, this is both going to be a treat and a sour mix of feelings for you guys.
I don't know what this is.
No, so he's going to be really surprised for what I'm about to tell him. But I gave him some homework to brush up on Adam. So, because he's a YouTube star, he's probably the most famous wrestling one, so to speak. Because he used to work for WhatCulture, which is like the BuzzFeed or like an entertainment websites in England. He does like all the movie stuff, TV stuff, and other WhatCulture stuff, and also does wrestling. He helped start the WhatCulture channel for wrestling for WWE. He helped jumpstart their subscription services that they have. Yeah. He also helped jumpstart a wrestling promotion in England that he's helped started, and he's just one of like these fascinating minds and like outside of WWE that could really make an impact for wrestling and stuff like that. But I gave him some homework on some internet videos of Adam. And did you enjoy him?
Here's the thing. It turns out that I've actually watched some of his stuff previously. I just didn't know that it was actually this guy. What I've watched so far about him is mostly his rebooking, like how
WWE should have booked.
Yes. So I've watched Broken Matt Hardy. I've watched Nexus. I've watched Summer of Punk. And I saw this weird Roman Reigns diary thing.
That's one of his more comedic ones where he's just making fun of Roman Reigns and how
it was cringy. It was cringy. I didn't like that.
I gave him a couple of other ones, which was What Just Happened, which was legitimately right after Survivor Series last year, which I think he would have appreciated you watching that.
Probably, because I...
And then it was another one called Pipe Bomb, which was, I think, his view on PG and TV-14 for wrestling and stuff like that. And that was a very interesting piece that I think he would have appreciated.
All right, so why'd you even bring this up?
Okay.
I have no idea. He said, don't ask any questions, don't look at the comments, just watch the video. And I'm watching it, I'm like,
okay.
Am I supposed to take notes? Well, is this school? Is this more homework?
all right.
I do my own homework for college.
Let me explain. Okay, so a couple months ago, I'd say right after Survivor Series, him and about five to four other people from WhatCulture left WhatCulture.
Okay.
And they were going to start their new site, so to speak. And they were going to actually debut it the 1st of November. Mm-hmm. That didn't happen because of outside forces that were going on with Adam. But, they... Going back to them leaving WhatCulture, they decided that they were parting ways, starting their own site, just the 5 of them, because they're bringing in new people from WhatCulture, and WhatCulture right now for wrestling is it's not that good. Sorry, WhatCulture guys. But their new site was going to be interesting, and Adam was going to be like the main person involved. But real world dramas kind of invaded that, and Hold on, I gotta bring up my phone so I can share this.
Wait, was this the thing you put on Mark's on the Facebook page?
Well, did you read that or no?
I just saw something and I'm like, who this dude?
Well, that dude is Adam.
Oh, okay.
But you didn't read any of the things so far.
I read like I think I remember the title. It was something with like a nude photo scandal or something.
Yeah. So, Adam has his own demons, and whenever he got drunk after drinking or something like that, would start I wouldn't say soliciting, but he would be asking girls, age appropriate women,
okay,
that were willing to consent to send him nudes, and it's not so much like he was forcing these women to do it. They were complicit in doing it. It was just, it's bad taste considering what's going on with, Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey, which I'm not even going to go into because I'm just going to get mad for that.
Amen.
But because of this, and he had to take a leave of absence from Cultaholic, which is their new site.
Okay. Now.
Well, hold on. I'm not done with that. So he drew up this huge letter and posted it to his thing, saying he publicly apologizes for everything he's done. I'm going to read this kind of important part. This is from Adam on his apology letter. Quote, "I didn't make threats or offer perks in exchange, but I exploited my growing public position and often my friendships with these women, all to fuel my ego, by manipulating them into manner and acting completely inconsiderately of their feelings as I asked for these pictures. I have violated their trust and my girlfriend's trust." Because he was also dating. Yeah, so he was being a scumball, if anything.
Yeah, I got you.
So, and he's also saying that, he's also like a feminist and everything like that, and also wanting to, he has political views that lean more liberal and stuff like that, and with all this Harvey Weinstein stuff that kind of came up, someone spoke up and said, hey, what you're doing is wrong and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, he took a leave from absence from Cultaholic. A couple days later, Cultaholic was like, no, we have to let you go. So now he's no longer going to be a part of that YouTube channel anymore. And after they had launched their social media sites, their everything about that, as soon as they dropped what the sites were, already within 2 days they got 100,000 subscriptions. Now, the subscriptions basis kind of stayed, but there's a lot of disdain considering that a lot of people are basically equating him to Harvey Weinstein in the sense that he was using his power to exploit these women, and others are rallying behind him and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little emotional, I guess, for me, considering I started watching him as soon as the original WhatCulture site for wrestling dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, in my opinion, I thought he was really smart when it came to wrestling and stuff like that.
Yes.
A true Mark and Smark, because he was that smarky asshole that that we would have liked to hang out with. And I don't know, these it's hard to explain, but the stuff that's just going on with women being exploited in this way, and being treated horribly by guys like Adam and Harvey and Kevin Spacey. It's terrible.
Kevin Spacey.
Well, yeah, Kevin Spacey did it with an underage boy, but that's not the point. The point is they're exploiting people for their own egos, and that's just not cool. Now, I'm not equating Adam to these other two, because what he did was just being a scumbag jerk, and the other two, in my opinion, are criminals. In my opinion, that's me. But knowing this information, what do you think?
I think that. What was the Cultaholic?
Yeah, Cultaholic's going to be their site. Their site has been delayed up until Sunday because of this information, and they don't even know if they're going to last, because Adam was going to be their main person that draws. He was basically the Brock Lesnar of their thing, if I can equate that. So they're in trouble considering,
But they have how many subscribers because of this?
Well, since they left WhatCulture and started their new social media stuff, and their site's going to go public, I believe, on Sunday. That's going to come up. So tomorrow, after this podcast drops, they've already have 100 subscribers on their YouTube page, and already
100?
100,000.
Okay. I think Cultaholic did the right thing for the business.
I agree 100%.
No matter if he was coherent, drunk. The fact of the matter is that he was exercising his power to get to exploit women, and for that kind of image is not good for any business, let alone one that's just about to begin.
Exactly.
So I think they did the right thing, and I could see their fan base realizing that. It does suck that they did lose their big attraction, but if you want to equate it to other things that have happened, WWE, they had a great deal going with Hulk Hogan, and as soon as the thing dropped when he was saying the N-word in the sex tape, they dropped him immediately. Same thing with Alberto Del Rio when he was with GFW, and the whole domestic violence thing happened at the airport. Dropped him immediately. Because these are actions that they have taken that were brought out into the light. And there are two things a company could do. They could either ignore it or take action. And the proper thing to do in those situations is to take action and to distance yourself from that information, because that when you're having someone represent your company in such a big public way, to have that kind of negative image, negative publicity from that image affect your company, you don't want that. Hulk Hogan was a WWE ambassador. Alberto Del Rio was
their champion.
And then you have Adam being their mainstream attention, their main event attraction. To come out with that kind of information, you would want to distance yourself from that. And I do not blame Cultaholic for taking the actions that they have taken.
Okay. Another thing that's also going around in the comments section of like this whole thing is that people are equating Adam to Harvey Weinstein and that whole stuff like that. Do you agree with what the information I just gave you?
No.
Okay.
The reason why is that Harvey Weinstein, I do not believe, has still admitted that he did something wrong. I don't believe he did.
I think he did. He released that weird statement on Twitter saying, I'm sorry for all these things, but I'm going to go fight the NRA now, or something like that. Something stupid.
Here's the thing. I don't think he really took responsibility for his actions in that way. I think that Harvey Weinstein, he did it for years.
Yeah, he did
and
it for
he had
years.
so many people cover up for him. And that's the difference between Harvey Weinstein and Adam. Because Adam took responsibility. When the news broke out, he said, yes, I did this. He explained the situation like, yes, they were all consenting, they were all friends, but I did do this, and that was wrong.
And that he was cheating on his girlfriend, essentially, just to do it.
Yes.
But you agree... Okay, so you agree that he's not like Harvey Weinstein, but you still disagree with his actions.
I still disagree with his actions.
Okay.
I do not believe he's on... Because Harvey Weinstein also did it for decades. I don't know how long this Adam guy has been doing it. Maybe a couple months, maybe a few years. But the amount of women and the amount of time Harvey has done it for and the amount of people that have covered it up for him because of what he can do as a director, I don't think Adam is on the same level as that. Especially with the immediate action what Cultaholic took compared to Hollywood.
All right. Because of this information that's going up, do you think Cultaholic is going to survive? Because they released a statement about holding back their launch date for both their site and their YouTube channel up until this Sunday. And they're not entirely sure that they're going to survive. Do you believe that they are?
I think that the only thing is that if they were relying so much on Adam, the other people are going to have to step it up. They're going to have to really draw people in, because this got a lot of publicity. Negative publicity, but it got a lot of publicity and attention to Cultaholic. And now people are going to be interested in whether or not they can survive. Okay. They're going to want to see what they're going to bring to the table without Adam. So this first launch, this pilot is going to be the key that's going to decide whether or not they can survive. If they can deliver, then they'll be able to hold a consistent audience.
All right.
Adam was going to be a huge help. I do agree with that. But now that he's gone, they're going to have to really step it up if they want this to work. However, the actions that they took is going to work in their favor. Because it's going to show that they are legit and they're not going to let anything happen. And people do appreciate that.
All right. Well, that's really what I want to talk about Adam, essentially, because he's essentially like the main person, the biggest name when it comes to internet, wrestling and stuff like that, for like reviewing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's one of the biggest ones. He was one of the people that helped get WhatCulture 1 million subscribers for their wrestling channel, because every other channel that they have doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And I think out of a lot of other wrestling people, excluding like the major journalistic sites like Observer, PWI, and PW Torch, he was probably the biggest. Like, there's other YouTubers and stuff like that that are, in my opinion, just as good as Adam, but don't have that big stream appeal. So I would, if you guys are listening, I would definitely go and support Cultaholics. Go support the other guys like Brian Zane at Wrestling with Regrets, and go support Grimm's Toy Show and stuff like that, because those are really big guys that could help.
Mm-hmm.
But as for Adam, I don't know. There's one last question I want to ask you. Do you think that in the future Adam could go back? Could you see that that after everything that's happened to Adam, that there's some form of redemption for him?
Yes.
All right. Can you?
I could see it because, first off, you need to let this blow over, because a lot of information that's popping up with the sexual exploitation of women coming up in the past couple of months is really bad, and distancing yourself, because what he did compared to Harvey Weinstein, I'm just gonna bring it back. Harvey Weinstein actually exploited them with sexual acts, like physical sexual acts. To my knowledge, Adam did not do that.
No, he did not. No.
Okay.
He just asked for nudes.
Yes.
When he was with a relationship with another girl.
It was not as bad. I don't think so, in my opinion. I think that after enough time passes, maybe give it a year and stuff, and if it's really died down, maybe signing him back on wouldn't hurt. Just because look at Hulk Hogan. They're bringing Hulk Hogan back into the fold.
Are they starting? Is that like official that they've started?
It's not official, but it's really like...
It's starting to get there.
Yeah, it's really coming there. But like, there's always an opportunity to do that. They brought back Alberto Del Rio after like...
The settlements and stuff like that of like his charges and stuff.
Yeah, they brought that back with GFW. Even WWE brought back Alberto Del Rio for the second run. After he slapped that guy for his racist remarks. And then Alberto Del Rio would bash WWE, but then they came to an agreement after a couple years after it has settled. So there is a possibility. There is a possibility that Adam could do it. It depends on where Cultaholic is now. At that time period where they consider it, where they are, where they want to be, and how much of an impact could Adam's image do for their company. All
right. I just wanted to let you be aware of that situation, because we're in the same field, essentially. I mean, I'm not saying we have a connection with Adam. We don't know Adam, but I don't know.
We can understand.
But we understand
what
like,
this can do.
Yeah, and we also understand Cultaholics, because essentially we're doing the same thing. We're doing a podcast form of it. They're launching a site and a YouTube channel, and
yes.
And that's their own thing, but that's still pretty similar. Like, we're all in this community of like sharing and our love of wrestling and wanting it to be good, and it's just important that we discuss this and hopefully see a good thing from it.
Yes.
We're not agreeing that we're agreeing that Adam's actions were bad, but there is some level of redemption for him. And just know that one day, hopefully, he will be back. He will be absolutely better, and will absolutely be a good role model going forward. That's what we hope for.
If he learns from this lesson.
I believe that
that's going to be the thing. If he learns from his lesson.
I believe he will, at least. I mean, there's nothing showing me that he won't. I mean, he's arrogant and egotistical, but I think generally he has a heart. And
You would hope so.
Yeah. But that's all we wanted to say about Adam.
Yes.
Good
Good luck, man. Seriously, good luck.
And on that note, that's the end of the show, guys.
Enjoy.
And that's the bottom line. Go Stone, go Sun.
Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned to our podcast. Special shout out to the Sachem Public Library for the continued use of their equipment and space. Continue to support us by subscribing to us through Patreon, Audio Boom, Stitcher, Google Play Music, and Apple Podcast on iTunes at Marks for Life Podcast. And now check out our YouTube channel, Marks for Life, for our podcast playlist and new content coming soon. Please follow us on our social media on Twitter at Marks for Life Pod, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, and our Facebook page, Marks for Life Podcast. And email us at marksforlifepodcast@gmail.com for any questions or comments. Until next time, Audio Marks.